On the news tonight, community leaders charged to employ dialogue in resolving conflicts. State Police Command re-emphasizes ban on fireworks during the Yuletide. Federal government approves implementation of zero import duty and VAT on all equipment for gas utilization in the country. Abroad, Russian President Vladimir Putin regrets late full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Good evening and welcome to Delta TV Main News Tonight. My name is Francis Ofulue. Community leaders in the state have been charged to always employ dialogue and resolving disputes for sustainable peace and development. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori gave the charge at a meeting with Presidents General of Communities and Kingdoms held at Government House, Asaba. Ejimel Dweme now reports.
The governor, who told the President General that he was one of them, having served as chairman of Osubi community, urged them to remain resolute in handling issues. He also appealed for peace, unity, inclusiveness, and accountability in communities, and reminded them that as community leaders, they were holding their positions in trust for their kingdoms, hence the need to put the interests of the people first.
You cannot say you are President General, you don't listen to your people who elected you or appointed you. But that's the only thing that can make you succeed. The people, the interest of the people, not your personal interests.
On security, Governor Oborevwori called on community leaders to help protect government projects in their areas and cautioned against working at cross purposes with their traditional rulers. He said over 2 billion naira had been provided for road projects in each of the 25 local government areas and gave an assurance that the Widows program will be revisited in the first quarter of 2025.
The communities, the kingdom, because as a community leader, as a President General, you are holding that position of trust on behalf of your kingdom and your community. So you must do the right thing to bring peace and unity to your community and your kingdom.
The special advisor to the governor on community development, Dr. Tony Agbolaya, said President Generals were important in meaningful grassroots development.
These are the people we meet during the election. They are the people that carry our message to the grassroots. Without the President General, there is no grassroots.
The President General of the Delta State Forum of Kingdoms, Clans and Communities, Prince Igwe Nzekwe, thanked Governor Oborevwori for the infrastructural developments across the state. Prince Nzekwe said the Governor Oborevwori's programs and projects were already yielding fruits and promised that the President General would support him for second term.
Governor, we want to use this rare opportunity to thank you for all the infrastructural and human capital development policies and programs in line with the core agenda of your administration.
High point of the meeting, which was attended by the State Deputy Governor, Samonde Onyeme, was the endorsement of Governor Oborevwori for a second term. The endorsement was sequel to a motion moved by Chief Sunday Okia of Abala Clan in Ndokwa East and seconded by Prince Godwin Okoti of the Shekuri Nation and was subsequently adopted through a voice vote. Ejime Uduime reporting.
The State Deputy Governor, Samonde Onyeme, has said that it is the collective responsibility of all Deltans to make the administration of Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori to succeed. Sir Onyeme said this when he met with the traditional ruler of Olomoro Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Isaiah Isike, and officials of Isoko South Local Government at his office, Government House, Asaba. Perebutu has details.
The Deputy Governor noted that one important area that Deltans could make the administration of Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori to succeed was to ensure that there was peaceful coexistence in all parts of the state. He said the present administration would ensure that the people felt the impact of governance and cannot afford to fail, adding that Governor Sheriff Oborevwori should be encouraged to deliver on his mandate of transforming Delta State. Sir Oyeme said the state government was desirous of peace in all parts of the state and urged royal fathers and community executives to ensure that they are peaceful and progressive, as well as make proper consultations at every stage before taking decisions. He advised them to carry the people along in all actions and avoid anything that would cause disharmony in any part of the state. Sir Oyeme urged local government council chairmen in particular to do the work they were elected to do by their people and should be true representatives of the people and make proper consultations before taking decisions. The deputy governor frowned at the absence of the chairman of Isoko South Local Government Council, Comrade Wari Ovoke, at the meeting and directed that they should see him. Earlier, the member representing the Isoko South 2 constituency in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Ferguson Onwo, said leaders from Isoko South had waded into the issue that led to the suspension of the Olomoro Monarch by the Isoko South Local Government Council and have resolved to work together for the promotion of peace and development. The special advisor to the governor on peace building and conflict resolution, Chief Edwin Uzo, advised all parties to maintain peace and consult, noting that nobody should work in isolation. Some of those who attended the meeting included the Ovie of Okbe Isoko Kingdom, Agabe Felix, the Odionlobo of Ibrede Kingdom, Austin Ogiayabo, the Igwe of Abala Kingdom, Obi Dr. Frederick Ebukonye II, and a representative of the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Juliet Ojefia, among others. I am Pere Botu reporting.
Staff of the State House of Assembly have been assured of improved welfare come 2025. The Speaker, State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Timi Kubo, said this at an event held at the Assembly Complex to mark the end-of-year activities organized for staff of the State Assembly. Favor Okafo now reports.
Commending members of the Assembly Service Commission, led by its chairman, Mr. Sunday Bireri, as well as management and staff of the State Assembly for their cooperation, Right Honorable Ward said the state legislature wouldn't have made it thus far if its working environment was tensioned with violence. He said he was indeed grateful for the unity and support given to lawmakers in carrying out their duties, assuring them that come next year, their agitations will be looked into as their comfort and a conducive working environment for staff will enhance their productivity. He said come 2025, the state governor, Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, had promised to give the Assembly Clinic a beef up.
From the Delta State House of Assembly to become governor of RDS State. So when he welcomed him, he was so happy. And he has confided in me that anything that the Delta State House of Assembly staff they are asking for by the grace of God in the coming year, they will be perfected.
On the issue of staff training and retraining, Honorable War assured them that it would always be paramount as knowledge gained would enhance development. He urged them not to look at challenges of the past but look forward to a better productive 2025. Wishing them a Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year, the Speaker charged them to show love to everyone around them as love is the main reason for the season.
Is ending. We should not look back at the challenges that will pass through this year. We should look ahead of the good things that are to come in the year ahead of us.
Clerk of the House, Mr. Oda Ogogovia, had on behalf of the Assembly Service Commission and staff of the State Assembly thanked the Speaker for his revered leadership style, promising their unalloyed support to the Speaker and leadership of the House.
We want to pledge our loyalty to you and your leadership. We will continue to work with you. We will continue to ensure that your vision for the Assembly comes to fruition.
In attendance were members of the Assembly Service Commission led by its chairman, Mr. Sunday Bireri, as well as Assembly management staff. The occasion featured health talk, aerobatics, and games by the staff. Favor Okafo reporting.
Meanwhile, the Speaker, State House of Assembly, has commended lawmakers for their dedication to assigned duties. He said this at the end of the year event organized for Assembly staff held at the Assembly complex. Once again, Favor Okafor reports.
Right Honorable Gwon said he was indeed grateful for the speedy passage of the 2025 appropriation bill, stating that their dedication exhibited their commitment to the more agenda of the state governor. He said on that year in review, the state legislature had been able to pass significant bills and motions geared towards sustainable development. Commending the press for their dedication, Honorable Gwon said the activities of the House would have remained in the dark if not for prompt and unbiased reportage of Assembly activities. The Speaker sued for their continued support in the years ahead for the progress and development of the state.
I also commend the press for the press is what they in the House because the press is the field government and has been a professional for what we are doing. All that was because the press has escalating before the general public. And I want to commend them for what they are doing and also to encourage them that
Favor Okafor reporting.
As part of measures to ensure a safe and peaceful Yuletide season, the Commissioner of Police Delta State, Mr. Olufemi Abaniwanda, has announced that the ban on fireworks is still in force and that the command will be enforcing it strictly, which includes ban on the use, sale and display of pyrotechnics, including fireworks and firecrackers, known as knockout and banger. A statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Bright Edafe, says the decision was part of efforts to prevent and reduce crime, stressing that criminally minded persons can take advantage of the usage of fireworks to unleash terror on law-abiding residents. According to the statement, parents and guardians are advised to caution their children and wards that desist from using these items, and retailers are equally warned to withdraw from the display and sale of these products, as anyone found wanting will be arrested and prosecuted. The statement adds that the CP has directed all area commanders, divisional police officers, and tactical commanders to monitor strict compliance and address any violations within their respective areas of responsibility. The CP enjoined everyone to always report incidents of the use of sale or sale of fireworks to the nearest police station by calling the command control room numbers on 0803 668 4974, 081 149 5600, 0802 566 6914. He wished Deltans a Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year in advance. The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, has disclosed that its website has been hacked as cyber attacks on websites of public parastatals intensify. The NBS raised the alarm on its X handle, saying its website has been hacked and they are working to recover it. Checks by People Gazette on the NBS website at 9:45 p.m. showed a largely blank page with the inscription, "Page hacked." Some ministries and parastatals have also suffered security breaches on their website in recent times, with the most notable in March, when FIJ reported that a private website, expressverified.com, had free access to the national identification numbers, NINs, and personal details of registered Nigerians. Due to the incessant cyber attacks and cyber threats, the federal government had issued at least 33 cyber attacks advisories in the past year. Cyber security platform provider Checkpoint Software Technologies said it conducted checks which revealed the rise in cyber attacks on Nigerian industries. According to the platform, Nigeria ranked 19th in the global rankings for cyber attacks in July this year, adding that government agencies encounter 1,791 attacks every week. The federal government, in collaboration with relevant stakeholders, is to implement the Proof of Address System initiative to address insecurity across the 774 local government areas in the country. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, disclosed this at the stakeholders meeting for the activation and implementation of the local government Proof of Address System in Abuja. represented by the Permanent Secretary, General Services Office, Nnamdi Mberi, Senator Akume explained that Nigeria, like many other nations, had been grappling with a myriad of challenges such as insecurity, social vices, economic instability, and inefficient governance in public and private sectors. Senator Akume advised ministries, departments, and agencies to adopt the use of proof of address certificates from the local government areas as a requirement to establish reliable and verifiable addresses. He said the nation's inability to fully and accurately identify addresses has compounded many of the identified problems, making it difficult to combat criminal activities, secure communities, and plan effectively for development. The National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, has issued a safety and security alert, urging Nigerians to prioritize safety while using inland waterways during the festive season. In a statement by the Managing Director of NIWA, Mr. Bola Oyebamji, says it was important to adhere to the Transportation Code. The Managing Director said that the code had been gazetted and would be strictly enforced to ensure safe water transport. He noted that it was mandatory for passenger manifest to be properly filled and confirmed before departure, while compulsory safety talk should be carried out. Mr. Oyebamiji said that boat operations must not extend beyond 6 in the evening. He urged Nigerians to strictly comply with the regulations to prevent tragedies on waterways. The federal government has approved the implementation of zero import duty and value-added tax (VAT) on all machinery, equipment, and spare parts imported for gas utilization in the country. The exemption also includes equipment for compressed natural gas (CNG) and liquefied petroleum gas (LPG). Other items under the zero-rated VAT includes feed gas for raw processed gas, CNG and LPG, as well as their equipment component, conversion and installation services for CNG and LPG, all equipment and infrastructure related to the expansion of CNG, LPG, and the Presidential CNG Initiative PCNGI, including conversion kits. The importation of LPG under HS codes is also exempt from both import duty and VAT. According to a statement yesterday by the National Public Relations Officer (PRO) of Nigeria Customs Service (NCS), Abdul Hadi Maiweda, all debit notes issued to petroleum marketers that imported LPG using the codes from August 26, 2019 to date will be withdrawn in line with previous approvals. The Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, stated that the fiscal incentives were part of the Presidential Gas for Growth initiative. He said the initiative was to encourage domestic gas utilization and support Nigeria's transition to cleaner energy sources. Mr. Adeniyi explained that importers seeking to qualify for incentives must secure an import duty exemption certificate (IDEC) from the Federal Ministry of Finance and obtain a support letter from the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Energy. He also emphasized the importance of compliance, reiterating the NCS commitment to ensuring effective implementation. Mr. Adeniyi stated that the NCS was dedicated to the seamless execution of the incentives, urging all stakeholders to align with the national priority. You're watching Delta TV News at 8. Still to come, Russian President Vladimir Putin regrets late full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Stay with us.
My G, for our ambition, we go hard.
We go day night till we make it.
We go hard till we find that perfect beat.
The perfect beat, the one the world will put on repeat.
So we chase greatness in every moment, making every naira count.
We put out content after content till it's comment after comment. And with Glow by our side,
we have more to offer.
Because the MyG bundle comes with bonuses,
giving you way more data value and way more steez on IG, Snapchat, TikTok, WhatsApp, Glow TV, Audio Mac, and Boomplay
in one fly package.
Dial *312# now and select My G Bundle.
Glow Unlimited.
This is Delta TV Main News at 8. We go straight to the foreign scene where Russian President Vladimir Putin has said Russia should have launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine earlier and been better prepared for the war. In his end-of-year press conference today, President Putin said with insight that there should have been systematic preparation for the 2022 invasion, which he refers to as a special military operation. Russia seized Crimea from Ukraine in 2014, and pro-Russian forces began a conflict in eastern Ukraine, but it was 8 years later that Putin tried to seize Kiev. During his 4-hour-long appearance, Putin also talked about Syria's deposed leader, Russia's more aggressive nuclear doctrine, as well as domestic issues. Billed as result of the year with Vladimir Putin, the event was broadcast live across the main state TV channels today. Putin appeared in front of a large blue screen emblazoned with a map of the Russian Federation, complete with annexed parts of Ukraine. It took questions from members of the public, foreign journalists, and pensioners, but it was a highly choreographed and tightly controlled affair. When asked at the end by the BBC's Russia editor Steve Rosenberg whether he felt the country was in a better state than where his predecessor Boris Yeltsin had left it 25 years ago, Putin said Russia had regained its sovereignty. Let's join our business news desk for happenings in the business sector.
The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, has said that the $42.01 billion external reserves of the country can finance importation of goods and services for more than 9 months. Speaking yesterday in Abuja during Performance Index report presentation before Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, Mr. Kadosi assured Nigerians of better economic fortunes in 2025. Mr. Kadoso stated that external reserves rose from $38.35 billion it was on September 30, 2024 to $42.01 billion as of December 12, 2024. The increase in external reserves within the stated period, he explained, was driven largely by receipts from crude oil-related taxes and third-party receipts in Q3 2024. Meanwhile, the organized private sector yesterday kicked against the decision of the Central Bank of Nigeria to limit the withdrawals from point-of-sale agents, stressing that the Apex Bank is not in touch with reality. CBN yesterday introduced a daily cash out transaction limit of 100,000 naira per individual customer for point-of-sale agents as part of new measures to advance the cashless policy in Nigeria. The directive, contained in a circular dated September 17, 2024, and addressed to deposit money banks, microfinance banks, mobile money operators, and super agents, mandates immediate compliance by all stakeholders. A circular signed by Mr. Oladimeji Taiwo on behalf of the Director of Payment System Management Department at the CBN outlined key measures to ensure uniform operational standards, combat fraud, and embrace the use of electronic payment systems in agency banking operations.
It was a carnival of sorts as indigenous and cultural enthusiasts gathered to celebrate the annual Iwu Festival of Obowele, Iwuzo in Oshomole North Local Government Area. Mora Isokma brings us details.
The festival aimed to cleanse the land and offer thanks to God for a successful year in the community. This year's edition witnessed a large turnout of people, young and old, who danced from one quarter to another to the admiration of people in attendance. The event commenced with the quarters, including Umuozoma, Umuezebo, Okaliamike, Umuowo, Ogboy, Umuada, and Ogbowele, paying homage in dancing to the Owele of the community and to the various chiefs in the community, accompanied with traditional flutes and dance. The Owele, Chief Sebastian Adigwe, said the Iwu festival was an opportunity to pray for blessings for the sons and daughters of the community at home and in the diaspora, while calling on indigenes to uphold their culture and traditions.
So what the community is the ritual. This festival is every year. Yes, we use it to thank God for blessings. And we also pray and salute you for
the Obi Ogbowele quarters, Obi John Nzekwe, described the festival as unique, adding that it brought favors to the indigenes. He enjoined community members not to see the festival as fetish. Obi Nzekwe prayed for long life, good health, and prosperity for the people.
The festival is this. Our great-great-great-grandfathers brought it from Washogo to make peace.
The publicity secretary for the event, Mr. Favor Oluemono, among other members of the community, said the festival commemorated a bountiful harvest for the year and called on the youth and other community members to love themselves and sustain their culture.
The festival of Omoele is a community. It's all about blessing. Many people out there who does not know what it entails will see it as something that is very, very fetish, but it's not fetish. What we are doing is tradition and culture, and not worshiping of an idol. The festival is the annual celebration of Omoele. It comprises of the 5 communities within Omoele that we used to mark after the Indian festival. We use it as an opportunity to showcase our culture and inheritance of Igbuzo.
In attendance were government functionaries and traditional rulers, including the Ogbuzo of Igbuzo, Obi Professor Louis Nwaboshi, and the Obi of Ukala Kingdom, Obi Clement Ejiofor. The event also featured a display of cultural performances, music, and presentation of the Iwu traditional initiates to the gathering, creating a vibrant experience for the attendees. Mora is super reporting.
The State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, has congratulated Dr. Emmanuel Sidiso Abedefest Ovie of Uvia Kingdom on his 81st birth anniversary. Governor Oborewori's congratulatory message, signed by his Chief Press Secretary, Sir Fesasano, lauded the royal father's commitment to the peace and development of Uvia Kingdom and the Urhobo nation. He described the monarch, who serves as the chairman of the Urhobo Traditional Rulers Council, as one of Nigeria's exceptional traditional rulers, whose remarkable contributions to the peace and development of the country is commendable. The governor noted that the traditional rulers' peace-building efforts has consistently brought significant benefits to both the state and the kingdom, serving as a vital gateway to the state's thriving oil and gas economy. He stated that over the years, the monarch had played a pivotal role in the growth and progress of both the kingdom and Delta State, emphasizing that he remains a distinguished leader, a revered monarch, a role model, and a custodian of the traditions and heritage of the Uvia people. The governor also praised the royal father for his steadfast support of his administration. Governor Oborewori wished the people of Uvia Kingdom, in celebrating a great monarch, good health, wisdom, and strength as he continues to provide leadership for the traditional institutions in Urhobo Nation and Uvia in particular. And now sports. President of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, Mr. Patrice Motsepe, will visit Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda, the 3 nations that will host the 2024 African Nations Championship this week. Motsepe will start with a visit to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, today. The CAF president will then move to Kampala, Uganda, and Nairobi, Kenya, tomorrow. During his visit, Motsepe will meet with government, football leadership, and local organizing committees from the 3 countries. The schedule of activities and meetings includes visits to the stadiums and training sites and that are currently undergoing renovations ahead of next year's competition. It will be recalled that the CAF inspection team visited 3 countries last month. Still talking sports, Ghana's Black Galaxies head coach Masoud Didi Dramani has declared his team's readiness for the 2024 Africa Nations Championship qualifier against Nigeria. The first leg will hold at the Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday. The reverse fixture is slated for the Gotul Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, a week later. Ghana stopped Nigeria from qualifying for the last edition of the competition. Now here's our thoughts for the day. Your will must be stronger than your skills. Another strong note to some of our bulletin for the evening, but before we go, a quick look on our major stories. Community leaders in the state have been charged to always employ dialogue in resolving disputes for sustainable peace and development. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori gave the charge at a meeting with Presidents General of the communities and kingdoms held at Government House, Asaba. As part of measures to ensure a safe and peaceful Yuletide season, the Commissioner of Police Delta State, Mr. Olufemi Abanewonde, has announced that the ban on fireworks is still in force and that the command will be enforcing it strictly, which includes ban on the use, sale and display of pyrotechnics, including fireworks and firecrackers, known as knockout and banger. A statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Bright Edafe, said the decision was part of efforts to prevent and reduce crime, stressing that criminally minded persons can take advantage of the usage of fireworks to unleash terror on law-abiding residents. The federal government has approved the implementation of zero import duty and value-added tax (VAT) on all machinery, equipment and spare parts imported for gas utilization in the country. The exemption also includes equipment for compressed natural gas (CNG) and liquefied petroleum gas (LPG). And from the foreign scene, we reported that Russian President Vladimir Putin has said Russia should have launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine earlier and been better prepared for the war. That's the size of our bulletin for the evening. Many thanks for being part of it. My name is Francis Ofulwe. Enjoy the rest of your evening and good night.